Have you ever wondered how your net worth stacks up against others in your age group? Maybe you're in your 20s, just starting out with some debt, or perhaps you're in your 40s, building the life of your dreams, or even nearing your 60s, getting ready for retirement. Whatever stage you're in, it's important to know where you stand financially. Understanding your net worth isn't just about what you have right now, it's about setting the foundation for your future. And let's face it, most of us have no idea what we should be aiming for, or if we're even on track. Well, today, we're going to break it down by decade, and trust me, this is going to give you some serious clarity. So whether you're just starting out or nearing the finish line of your financial journey, stay tuned. I promise this will be worth your time. But first, I have a question for you. How does $752 sound? Sounds pretty small, right? But that's the median net worth of someone in their 20s. If you're in your 20s and you have something close to that, you're actually in the middle. You're not behind, and you're not ahead. You're right in the average zone. But what does this really mean for you? More importantly, what should your net worth actually be? How can you set yourself up for financial success in your 30s, 40s, and beyond? Alright, before we dive in, if you're looking to get your financial future on track, make sure to subscribe to the Benefit Genius channel. Every week, we bring you tips, insights, and real-world strategies to help you reach your financial goals faster. So, hit that subscribe button and join us for this journey. Now, let's talk about net worth. What does it mean? Well, net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. So, if you have a bunch of assets, savings, retirement accounts, property, etc., but you still owe a ton in student loans or credit card debt, your net worth might be a negative number. It's actually a more accurate indicator of financial health than income alone, because it measures your ability to accumulate and preserve wealth. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. In your 20s, it's common to be in the red. You're probably dealing with student loans, maybe a car payment, and trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. The median net worth at this stage is just $752, which places you in the bottom 20% of all wealth quintiles. So, if you've got $752 to your name, don't feel bad. It's totally normal. But here's the thing. $752 is just an average. And, as we know, averages can be misleading. You'll likely see a skewed picture because there are a handful of people with extremely high net worths that push the average up, making it look like everyone else is doing better than they really are. The median gives you a more accurate idea of where the majority of people actually stand. Now, if you want to be above average, here's a benchmark for you. According to Empower's data, the average net worth for someone in their 20s is $10,250. That's a lot higher than the median, and it's likely driven by a few high earners. But again, I think median is the number we should be focusing on, because it reflects where most people are, not just those at the very top. So, where should you be, if you want to be in a better position financially? Well, let's talk about stretch goals for your 20s. If you're someone who wants to be more than just average, and set yourself up for financial independence down the road, aim for something higher. How about $42,500 by the time you're in your mid-20s? If you're on the right track, you might even be at $53,000 by the time you turn 30. But if you're really killing it, aiming for $250,000 by age 30 isn't out of the question. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, but I'm going to show you how small steps today can make a huge difference down the road. It's all about strategic growth, savings, and smart investing. Let me break it down for you. Goal 1. Aim to save and invest 15% of your income. Let's say you're making $60,000 a year. You might be thinking, I can't save 15% right now, that's too much. But even if you start with just 5%, that's still $3,000 a year invested. And here's the kicker. If you invest that into something like the S&P 500, you could be looking at an ending balance of over $1.1 million by the time you're in your 60s. That's the power of compounding returns, even at a modest 8% return per year. Goal 2. No consumer debt. Listen, this one is key. If you can avoid credit card debt, personal loans, or anything with a high interest rate, you'll set yourself up for a strong financial foundation. Debt is the biggest wealth killer. Goal 3. Start thinking about increasing your income. Right now, it's all about getting started, experimenting with side hustles, taking some risks in your career, and looking for ways to add value. But don't just wait for the opportunity to come to you. You need to make it happen. So, let's fast forward a bit. By the time you're in your 30s, you should have a solid grip on your finances. The median net worth in this age group is $35,790, but if you're following these goals and getting smart with your money, $162,000 is a great target by the end of your 30s. If you're really doing well, aim for $270,000 or even $660,000 by the time you're 40. But remember, your 30s are going to be your prime earning years. This is where you're going to start seeing some serious money coming in. So, if you make smart decisions now, you're going to be in a powerful position by the time you're in your 40s. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their 30s is giving into lifestyle inflation. When you start earning more money, it's tempting to upgrade everything: the car, the house, the wardrobe. But this is the time to stay disciplined and continue to focus on saving and investing. The more you spend now, the less you'll have for the future. Speaking of your 40s, this is when things get real. The median net worth for people in their 40s is $76,000, but here's where it gets interesting. If you're on track, you should be aiming for a net worth of over $385,000 by the end of your 40s. This is also the time to really start focusing on retirement planning and figuring out what kind of life you want in retirement. At this point, you should have your house paid off, a solid retirement plan, and a roadmap to get you through the next 20 years of your financial life. Your 50s are a great time to diversify your investments and start shifting things around to prepare for the final chapter. Let's talk about the 50s. At this point, the average net worth starts to climb. The median is $287,400, but the average is a massive $1.39 million. This is the time to really think about retirement and make sure you're on track to live comfortably for the rest of your life. It's also a time to look at your investments and start preparing for the lifestyle you want to lead in retirement. Lastly, as you hit your 60s, you should be thinking about retirement and your legacy. The median net worth in your 60s is $439,000, but if you follow the advice here, you could have $1 million nest egg ready for retirement. Make sure you're not taking risks with your investments at this stage. It's time to protect what you've built and ensure it lasts for you and your loved ones. So, let's summarize. By your 20s, start saving, investing, and building a solid foundation. By your 30s, avoid lifestyle inflation and focus on growing your net worth. In your 40s and beyond, start looking at retirement and financial independence. If you stay disciplined and focused, you can achieve $1 million net worth by the time you're in your 60s and financial freedom to live the life you've always dreamed of. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your current net worth, and what are your goals for the future? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Benefit Genius for more helpful tips, strategies, and insights on how to get ahead financially. As always, take care and keep building your wealth. You've got this.